So my name is Claire Miller. I'm from the Green Corps class of 2008. I worked for Green Corps for a couple of years afterwards as an assistant organizing director. And these days I work as a community organizer with Toxics Action Center. Green Corps was definitely the perfect step for me coming out of college. I have this vivid memory of my favorite politics professor who really wanted me to be a politician. He would say, if you don't run, then, people who you don't like end up running. And I just was like, no way. Like, I definitely want to be on the, outside of government, pushing in. Coming into Green Corps, the learning curve was incredibly steep. My third campaign of my Green Corps year, I moved to St. Louis, Missouri, was working on the Think Outside the Bottle campaign with Corporate Accountability International, and there were a whole lot of different folks who were really jazzed to get involved. I was working with students at WashU, reaching out to the South Asian Student Association because Coca-Cola's doing screwed up things in India. I reached out to, the Fair Trade student group because they were, concerned about multinational corporations. And then I reached out to the environmental kids. I ended up kind of acting in this catalyst role to kind of mesh the whole thing together. And at the end of the day, our piece of the puzzle of the wider campaign around bottled water was just to get the mayor of St. Louis, to commit to stop spending taxpayer money on bottled water. And by knitting together, all these different players and getting folks all pointed in the same direction of shining that spotlight on him, we won. At the core, no matter who you're talking to and who you're recruiting into the movement, it's really all about the same thing. And it's just getting all of us, wielding collective power to get decision makers to do the right thing. These days, I work for Toxics Action Center as a community organizer in Western Massachusetts and Connecticut. And at the core of it, it's really not that different from Green Corps. Green Corps is the field school for environmental organizing, and they train recent college graduates how to run and win environmental campaigns. And Toxics Action Center, I actually just take those same core skills of organizing and I teach them to ad hoc environmentalists in New England who are faced with a pollution threat in their neighborhoods. These days I spend my time in living rooms with an easel chart doing a workshop on campaign planning or fundraising or messaging, and it's the same workshops that we did in Green Corps. And I don't think I would be here doing this now and being very happy doing this now if it hadn't been for Green Corps.